Hello and welcome to the Agile Hive Cloud review for the month of June. This is going to be the 40th public review for Agile Hive Cloud today on June the 2nd. The next review will take place on the first Tuesday of the month. That's going to be July the 7th at 15:30 Central European Time, as usual. You have that in your calendar, I hope. If not, you can find an ICS file to download into your calendar that will add a permanent entry for the calendar for the review in your calendar when you follow this link here. You can also stay up to date with us when you follow us on LinkedIn, and you can also rewatch our reviews on YouTube later. That being said, the review will be publicly available and publicly findable on YouTube. So in case you want to share anything with us during the recording, please be mindful about what you shared. As always, I'm giving a shout out to our blog posts or our blog, where you can find new blog posts about every month. The latest, as you can see here, is about implementing WSJF. And shout out to our help desk as well, because we know that testing Agile Hive might be a bit complicated and needs a bit more time than just a regular 30-day free evaluation period that Atlassian will grant you. So if you're still in the evaluation process, you can reach out to us via our help desk, and we will extend the period for you so you can continue testing Agile Hive. All right, coming to our product updates. Since the last review, we were able to release 4 new versions. That's almost the plan that we have. We aim to release once a week. So we almost managed that, but there's another release just around the corner. So yeah, we might have almost made it. Yeah. 4 releases, that's quite a bit. I actually condensed this list down a little bit. There are, I think, 2 items missing that I think are not that important for a review here. But starting with the bigger ones, the features, as you can see here, we were able to release the external dependencies on the art planning board finally. In our last review, we showed you already the external dependencies on the team planning board or team breakout board. And as you can see here now, we also introduced new swim lanes for teams that have dependencies to the features on the art planning board that are not within the art. In this case here, for example, this is a feature from another art. You can see here that we determined the iteration the feature is being displayed in via the due date that is present on this feature. But also, in case this is another art, we could also do that with data being available from that art's planning board. So this can be multiple swim lanes for every project or external team that has a dependency. There will be its own swim lane, but of course, multiple dependencies from the same project or the same team will be obviously displayed in one swim lane. Staying on our art planning board, we I think we reintroduced, I think it was there, but has been missing a while, the indicator for critical dependencies on the art planning board again. So in this case here, the New York team has 1 critical dependency displayed here by this line. It's always on the receiving end of the dependency here with the line that will show the lozenge or the indicator on its team swim lane. And we are currently in implementing this or bringing back to the team planning board as well. Another topic, one that I had to cut down to fit here on the list. Actually, we improved our roadmaps quite a bit. In the past, it was only possible to scroll into the future for like 2 years and not in the past. As you can see here from my example screenshot, I scrolled about 12 years into the future, and that's also possible in the past. And every issue along the way will be loaded incrementally, so not all issues at once to reduce the performance, because you rarely might want to see 12 years into the future. But in case you want to, you're now able to do that with the roadmap, with all the roadmaps in Agile Hive, not just the one on the art level here, but also solution and portfolio as well. One topic that we address quite often is the topic of the rate limits. And with this next feature, we aim to give you a little bit feedback on if there is a functionality in Agile Hive that's currently being rate limited, being it calculation for a custom field, or being it opening of a view that's delayed due to rate limiting. We are now displaying a small flag on the lower left of the screen that indicates to you that the functionality on the page is currently rate limited. And also it displays how long the function has to wait in order to retry again to calculate or load its data. And that's also displayed on the flag here, either in a number, but also in a little progress bar that will diminish down to 0, and then the page will try to reload again. This number is not arbitrary. It's given to us by Atlassian, so we have to adhere to that number when we want to retry our functionality. But this will give you an indicator if there's actually something being broken, or you're just running into a rate limit and should have a little bit of patience. But after that, the functionality will resume as normally. Yeah, speaking about performance again, the estimated completion date custom field is now being calculated in a cascading way upwards. Up until this point, the custom field does not matter on which level you were. If you were on portfolio level, it would traverse all the way down to all the team issues to calculate the estimated completion date for that portfolio epic. But now it just looks into the layer above it. So staying with the example of the portfolio issue, the epic would just look into all its capabilities and would calculate its estimated completion date by the latest estimated completion date of the capabilities beneath. And for the capabilities as well, they would look into the linked features. And only the features they themselves will take a step back and look towards the team issues that are actually linked to it. And yeah, obviously, we hope to improve the performance with that method as well. And if that proves successful, we might implement this method for other custom fields in the future as well. Then a project migration topic. In a previous review, we presented you the ability to import the Agile Hive hierarchy from your data center instance into Agile Hive Cloud via the app administration, and you could upload a JSON file that contained your entire hierarchy from data center, and it would present to you this list of projects that will be or would have been added to the My Organization in Agile Hive Cloud as well. So given the example that you have, for example, you had imported the structure before with portfolio, with a solution, and one art. As you can still see here, portfolio, solution, and that was the art previously from data center. But in the meantime, somebody moved the solution project up to the portfolio level. That obviously, if you would try to import the same structure here again would lead to, it being wrong, either from the intended way that somebody removed or changed the structure in cloud, or it would break something from the structure in data center as it might have been intended to. So now we display this little skipped warning here to indicate that a project is not there anymore where it is suspected to be, or where it should be, just looking to the import file, and we will skip the structures in order not to break anything beneath it. Sorry, I missed. Okay, David. Okay, thanks. The next topic, we are staying in the Agile Hive app administration part. We re-layouted the initial setup page. Previously, all these different items here were arranged as tabs on the top bar of this page here, but with more and more entries coming here, this would overflow and lead to a more icon displayed where you would have to click again and then select the icon that you wanted to actually choose. And now we rearrange them to be displayed here in a vertical manner, and display the content to it here on the right. That makes it much more cleaner and more easily accessible, and you don't have to click in a submenu to actually address each entries. Staying with the initial setup here, previously we had the issue that some of the custom fields, although someone created them in the past, were shown with a missing state here. And we reworked the algorithm to actually detect the state of the custom fields again, to make it more reliable and not show you false positives, especially for impact. Yeah, and another bug fix that I think was fixed with the second to last release, but introduced with the third to last. The planning interval selection here on the report page, if you had a lot of PIs already in there and would switch between them, this might lead to the reports and actually the whole tab being frozen. We fixed that so that you can now select PIs again and normally, and the reports will load and the page will not be frozen again. We released a separate hotfix bug fix for that one. And another bug fix that was in relation to our newly introduced filter dialog that we introduced for all our boards. The status filter here was previously only accessible for users with an admin or with admin permissions, making it, as the name says, only usable for admins. And we now fixed it. So it's now been usable for everybody again. Don't have to be admin to filter for a status. Looking on what we planned for our current PI, updated obviously to the last one due to replanning a little bit. We are currently here, start of June. And we sadly have not yet started with the work on the Agile Hive parent as a custom field. It is still a property. But as you can see, we're still working on our external dependencies. And I think in the next review also, you will see the first newly added widgets to our portfolio report as well. And maybe you will also see first concepts for our solution planning board. Sadly, also been delayed is the custom field mapping. I think we have that with us since the last PI already, but it's not been the right time to actually start working on it. Instead, a lot of work is happening right now actually on our migration path from Agile Hive Data Center to Agile Hive Cloud. But this will obviously also take a whole lot of effort to be finished, even in the future. Yeah. Are there any questions to that? Okay, if not, okay, questions. If not, then there's nothing left here except to say that I hope to see you again on the 7th of July. So that's our next review, and that's our next review is due then. Yeah, in case you missed it earlier, please add a link to the review to your calendar when you follow this link here. We'll offer an ICS file. Keep us, follow us on LinkedIn, or just rewatch this video afterwards on YouTube. And see you again. Bye-bye. Thank you for your time.